Hi everyone. I just want to talk about a few things that have been on my mind. So, does anyone know who what's her face? Brooke Kimbrough is? Well, first off, let me say that I was today accepted to the University of Michigan, and I'm a transfer student. Right now, I have a 4.0 in my community college, and I received a transfer admission today. Brooke Kimbrough is an African-American high school student who has a 3.6 GPA and has an ACT score of 23. And she was rejected from the University of Michigan. Anyway, she's, you know, she thinks that she should be admitted even though that she has slightly, you know, below average scores. But you know what? They're okay. Actually, I think I'm in the minority, no pun intended, that I think she should have been admitted. She has a 3.6 GPA and an ACT score of 23, and the school where she comes from, and I guess just the area she comes from, it's hard. So, and I'm not to be racist or anything, but like African Americans who are kind of clustered together in that environment, they don't have the best schools, so I think she should have gotten accepted because it's kind of a wasted opportunity to really add some diversity. Like, she had a 3.6, I'd say she was qualified, and right now I'm gonna pull up an article. Now I'm just gonna say a quote. I'll put the article in the description, and it's a quote from Ted Spencer, the director of admissions. Well, never mind, I'll find it. He basically just says that if you're qualified and you're a Michigan student, you'll get accepted to the University of Michigan. Just that, like, if you're qualified, they'll accept you. And I think what she's trying to say is that she feels she was qualified, and people are kind of saying she wasn't. She was unqualified. I don't think that's true, because I actually want to get my high school transcript right now. Okay, I'm back, and I have my high school transcript right in front of me, guys. Let's see what it says here. GPA. My GPA is 2.175. This is my ACT scores. English, 10. Math, 14. Reading, 25. Science, 16. Comp, 16. English/writing, 13. Writing score, 8. These are not good at all. Like, not even a little bit. Like, I'd have a tough time maybe even getting into state. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, she still would have had a chance to get accepted to the U of M, but she kind of made a fool out of herself by just not waiting it out, really weighing her options. Really, she didn't think about it. She really didn't think about all of her options, and she just kind of looks a little foolish. I don't even think I think there's an option where you don't really even have to put, the color of your skin. And so if that's a choice, because after all, a little back history, as everyone who's watching this should know, the Supreme Court upheld the Proposal 2 law, which said that the University of Michigan doesn't have to consider race when they make their admissions decisions. Brooke Kimbrough. I mean, like, that doesn't even sound like, you know, an African American's name. So, like, if I put my shoes into an admissions counselor, I'm looking at the admissions, I have, like, I don't know, like 14,000 papers to look through. I'm looking at this woman, I'm not really thinking, like, oh, this person's black, you know? If anything, she probably may have come off a little snarky in her essay. I mean, that's from what I've read, one of the biggest problems these admissions counselors see is that, you know, you show almost like a hint of narcissism in your papers, and they just don't think you have the right attitude or you've not matured enough. So, but I mean, like, these high school grades aren't good at all. You know, I thought I wasted my life, but community college really isn't a junior college at all. My family's poor. That's also why, you know, I can emphasize with where Brooke is coming from. I'm sure, you know, she doesn't have, like, all the money in the world. My mother can't work. My father has to work overtime in a factory. I had to visit the food pantry a bunch of times for my family. You know, they weren't, you know, they didn't want to really see me going in. So it was like, Steven, you know, go in and get food. I don't think you were picked on because of your race. And if you were, that's fucking ridiculous. I hope not. But, like, I don't think that's the case, which is kind of like why I'm making this video. I think she has a point. Affirmative action is banned, or they don't have to really consider affirmative action when they're making their admissions decision. I think that she's going about it the whole way wrong. I think that she doesn't know what point she's trying to make. She doesn't really know how to clarify the point she's making. She thinks that it's almost all about her, and, you know, she was denied merely because she's black. That's not true. That's not true. These schools, they're businesses just like everything. And if you're not, and if you're a liability to the school, if you don't meet the standards, you know, the University of Michigan is trying to make leaders. You know, they're trying to admit some of the brightest people in the school, and you're going to be going up against them. But there's a lot of people to get through. I mean, like, most admissions counselors, they're going to look at your application once, and if you get in, you get in. If you don't, you don't. You see, the thing is there's not really much you can do for these applications, because I think that if they want you, and they'll take you no matter what. It doesn't matter really what GPA you have. If they don't want you, they're not going to take you. The thing is, I don't know why she needs to protest. And stop calling her ACT score below average. Her ACT score is not below average. You know what's average? My ACT score. My ACT score sucked. That's average. Her ACT score was above average. And, you know, I feel like people are going to comment on this video and maybe think that I'm being a little harsh. And I'm really not. I really empathize with the woman. I really feel bad she wasn't accepted to her dream school. Because it's like, you know, I was accepted, and, you know, I would feel bad if I wasn't accepted, and I wonder if she's actually going to get accepted, though. That would be cool. I'm just saying. Huh, here's something. It's called The University of Michigan Meets Demands of Black Students Who Threaten Physical Action. Physical action. A $300,000 renovation of the campus multicultural center. Like, they're not really racist. Honest to God, if they were racist, they wouldn't be doing that. Now that's the damn truth. I guess you know you could argue that they're only doing that because they don't want to seem racist, but I swear that, like, if they were racist, they wouldn't be doing that either fucking way. You know, just if the article was gone, like if it never happened, I wouldn't have just found it. I would have thought nothing about it. You know, like, you can't just bring up, like, well, why don't they make a $300,000 renovation of the student center? You know, like, I would have never been able to bring it up. But there's something right there They're trying to say that we're not racist. You know, if they were racist, they wouldn't be doing it. It's as simple as that. There's almost no logic to it. There's no logic because my brain completely skips a beat. It's like, if they were racist, they wouldn't be doing it. You know, Brooke, in the video, there's two women, and Brooke is kind of like she's kind of overshadowing the one lady. The one lady is like, okay, I got denied. There might be like, there's a chance that I could have been denied on account of my race. And Brooke is kind of like I was denied because of my race. There's no question about it. I am editing this out, so.
Group by any means necessary or banned.
Oh, by any means necessary.
Feel they were unfairly rejected by the school. Group is demanding an immediate appeal on behalf of Detroit student
Okay,
Brooke
here she is.
and Birmingham student Daisha Martin.
Daisha Martin. She's the one that sounds like she's the sane
on
one.
The top debate team in the state. Martin is the president of the Black Student Union at Seaholm High School. Plays violin and started an annual march against racism.
I believe that I have been rejected because the morals that I stand for, I'm hearing it. I would take back
The morals that you stand for? What morals? I don't understand.
I am Ida B. I will make my civic duty.
Ida B?
Every news of a rejection letter that the university produced to our black, brown, and red bodies.
My name's Daisha Martin, and I've been denied from the University of Michigan. I just got my rejection letter, and I'm angry, and I'm here to fight until I get it.
Okay.
Kimbrough scored a 23 out of 36 on the ACT test. Martin's academic scores were not released. U of M tells us they share students' concerns about diversity on campus and that increasing the number of underrepresented minorities on campus is a major goal of the administration.
Okay, after watching the video, one of them was a little more sane than the other. What's Denisha? I think her name was. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I believe I've been rejected because of the morals I stand for. I'm just trying to think about that. What do you mean? Like, the first time I seen this, I don't know what you mean. What are the morals you stand for? Whatever, moving on. You know, one of them is kind of like, I was rejected, and that's bullshit. Daisha Martin, she's kind of pretty. But what's her GPA? I want to know her GPA. Because we know Brooks, she's pissed. Anyway, if you see, she's kind of going about this a little wrong. She's acting like there was an offense taken. She should have just put it out there as an example where, kind of like, I'm black, and I felt like I was qualified and I got denied. Instead, she thinks for some reason that an injustice has been dished out. Well, you know, that's really all I have to say. You've seen the video. Those are the thoughts I have. What do you guys think? Comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you think it was wrong that she was denied? Tell me. So, thank you for watching.